you. Thank you, and welcome back to the Amazons, where today we are talking to young men and women at home, those who are planning to get married, those who are in relationship, do not, we are talking sex. How do you copulate or do you have sex? We have different opinions in the studio. We are saying that the society these days does not allow you, even though you want to remain pure or virtuous, does not, it doesn't help you in any way, because anywhere you turn, there's sex everywhere. We still have guests coming on the studio to talk about this with us. Angela Watara is a model and an actress. Welcome, Angela. Hello, Angela. You are looking so beautiful. Thank you. Please have a seat. Thank you. Also joining us is Bridget Obasi. Bridget is a client service personnel. Bridget, please come in. How are you, Bridget? Welcome to the Amazons. Please have a seat. You guys, you were listening to the discussion backstage, I believe. What do you think about, sex before marriage?
Well, I think if you look at it biblically and the way it is supposed to be, sex before marriage is not right. But it is not.
Yeah,
there's a but. There is a but.
Like there's a but coming.
Yes, there is. Exactly. The but is, with the trend, with the way things are going right now, all that have changed.
Okay.
Now, because sex is no longer valued the way it used to be and the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
A lot of things have made it change. Sex is now something
Casual.
that can even be bought.
And forgive me as I say.
That can be bought.
Yes.
No, from time immemorial.
That's always. But right now it is it's cheap.
Especially amongst the younger generation.
Yes.
And then would you agree with me if I say stuff people are watching Kim Kardashian, all these stars are doing sex tapes.
Reality TV.
Reality,
Exactly.
Reality TV. Everything
It's everywhere. It's not more hidden like before.
It's not hidden.
Yeah.
What
did you say? What do you mean? Like it's not more hidden like before.
It's not hidden like before.
No, it's not hidden like before. It's there in your face, right?
Of course, even the children, they can tell about it.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
From musical videos?
The musical video, the meanings,
even
and all.
cartoons.
Exactly.
Cartoons. Yes, with children. Cartoons.
So are we then saying that really we have given up, that we shouldn't expect any of our young ones to be virgins anymore before they get married? Is that what we're saying?
No, at all. It's not really like that, but at the same time, it's not as if it's bad for someone to be a virgin before getting married, okay? But in the other part of it is that, what if you become a virgin, you're still a virgin and you're married now. Now you find out that the husband is not really your match when it comes to sex.
Yeah.
And your husband is not like he's not good in bed.
He's not good enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not really good enough for you. Like good in bed, he doesn't satisfy you.
It doesn't satisfy
Yeah.
you. We were saying that.
Or maybe you don't satisfy the husband.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yes.
Okay, for in the other part of the husband, he's good in sex, but he can't give it to you all the time. You become a nympho. You
Okay.
can't hold it no more because you were a virgin. If you were not to be a virgin, you say, I've seen life, I've seen all this thing. It shouldn't be something that would disturb me in my marriage life. But now everything is.
I want to butt in here now. What I heard you say, please correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're saying that if someone had premarital sex, that the person would have had a fair share. And so there's a more likely opportunity for the person to stay, settle down and want to be married. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm not really I'm just my own opinion.
Not saying you're judging you.
From my own perspective. Yeah, exactly, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, so we are saying
But I'm not saying it's
if you're a
right. I'm not saying it's right though.
Oh, you're not saying it's right.
But I'm saying the other side.
Okay,
There's
what's the
an
other side?
advantage and disadvantage about it.
Okay.
Okay, when you married a virgin, then the husband is not there to satisfy you. You find that in your marriage in the end, because you can't find that before marriage because you guys have never had sex.
Okay.
And then you find that the guy is not good enough, like to give you the sex that you
why are you
need.
comparing
He's
him
not
to
satisfying you.
your
You've never had
You've never had it
exactly.
before,
So
so-
how can you satisfy?
No, I get what
you
she's
don't
saying.
understand.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Because
say.
though you've never had, you didn't have sex before marriage.
Yes, you don't
Now
know.
that you have had it, you enjoy it so much that you want
That
it
you
all
want
the
it.
Yes,
time.
you
Do
become an
understand
info.
it? Isn't that?
You become an
As
info.
opposed to somebody who has who is more
I
experienced.
get it now.
Yeah, you become an info and you can't be able to help it no more.
So when he can't
and
give it,
he
you
comes
now
up with
have
this,
to- okay.
work, I'm tired, and no, you can't hold it again because you're a virgin and you find this very interesting. You can't hold it no more.
Okay, because it's
It's a new thing to you. Yeah, exactly. You won't have it all the time and you can't hold it.
It varies. It depends.
But in the other parts
It
also,
varies.
it's when you are not a virgin and probably you've seen life or something, you just really want to settle down, face it. Then your husband, even though he doesn't give it to you, oh, after I've seen life.
Yes.
But you know, in the other part of it again is that what if the husband that has always been waiting for you to be a virgin and he still cheats on you? What is the matter? As in, what is the? Do you get? You're a virgin, and you cause it. You be fooled. To me, I call it foolishness. I'm not really saying it's bad, but
I get
you wasted your time keeping yourself, your virginity all this
the
while,
man
only for the man to stay cheat on you.
outside.
Come on, let's be sincere.
It's true.
What is the
Bridget,
need?
do you agree with her?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because even as it varies really. Even when she said as a virgin, you want to have
I'm
sex
not
more.
disputing that
Sometimes
fact. I'm not.
it depends on the individual because our bodies are different. The way we react when we have sex is different.
It's quite different.
Some people are, even when it's their first time, after some time, they get used to it. Some people don't.
They don't.
Some people don't because
I know.
and what if the husband, the man is someone who likes sex so much, and at the end of the day,
Sex
he
addict.
Like
you get
sex-
addict.
pain when you have sex. What do you do in that
Okay.
kind of a situation?
If you have pain when you have sex, though, on a side note, it could be a health.
It's a health problem. You need to see
situation.
the
It
doctor.
could
Why?
be-
Because she got married as a virgin.
Yeah.
That's why she has pain.
No, because she's
believe
not used
No,
to it.
maybe
She's not
maybe
used to
I
it.
get-
She's
I
not
get-
used to
I'm
it.
trying to, I want to rationalize what is
Okay.
saying, what she's saying. Okay, you see, in all of this, to be sincere, I'm so cautious not to say what it is as it is.
Say it.
Say it,
Because
say it.
really, if you are a virgin
It's allowed.
and you get married, and the first night you discover that the size this time.
Size matters.
Do you understand?
Yes.
It can cost you the pain.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
It's
true.
It's true.
We just said
That can be a problem.
No, I'm not
Yes,
trying to
it
say.
should be a
I'm not trying to say
problem,
it's
right?
good. Though. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to say it's good to get married before sex, and I'm not trying to say that. No, don't misunderstand me. But I'm just my own perspectives.
Yeah,
It's
I
good
get
and
you.
it's also not good. It has a disadvantage, and yeah, that's my own part.
Aisha, you raised
But that's generally-
a good question, a good
But
point.
generally, it's good to have sex after marriage.
Okay.
Generally, naturally.
It's ideal.
But
It's
now,
ideal. It's ideal,
that's
right?
the new generation.
Both for the man and for the woman.
Yes,
the
both
girl
for
and
the
To
man.
me, if I would say, what about the man? He better be a virgin too.
Exactly.
Yes,
I'm a virgin, then you had sex, so I can't have sex now, right?
yes. It should be like that because in this part of it, we most times I have a friend who has a guy and the guy would always tell her, oh, if you do this, I'm a man, I can do
I
this
can do
because
anything.
yes, I'm a man, but because you're a woman, you have to be the
Keep
one who is
yourself,
always
yourself, and no,
like
no.
this.
Certain way.
And I think it shouldn't be like
I'm sorry,
that.
we'll do it. The both of us will do it.
It shouldn't be
But
that
better
way.
Like, let's
But we do it. Let's be honest. I have twin boys and a girl. My focus is, of course, more
on the
this-
girl.
Yeah,
on the girl. I will tell the boys, if you can, in fact, I say abstain, maybe I'll say it half, as in, who knows, they're 19 now. And I now have taken it to, if you can't give
Then
anybody
everybody
you will
Truly,
take
you'll
care
face it.
Yes,
take
it's
care
true.
of your kid.
Yeah.
So know the responsibilities. But the girl, I'm like, I hope you're still a virgin. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
pressure also should be on.
Exactly. The
On
men
both-
too.
on both
Thank you
sides.
so
But
much.
I bet you it's not easy.
not.
For you to see guys that are still virgins, I pray.
Really?
Yeah.
I pray.
Very
I
difficult.
pray. Yeah,
Okay.
it's difficult.
So
But
from
ladies, some ladies, of course. It's possible. It's just the fact that it's the city and everyone is mixed up. You think everyone are all the same. No, it's not like that. There's still good people
on the show.
and they might be virgins, but they might be better than the girls that are not virgins. At the same time.
We had a guest on the show earlier on who managed to. He wasn't a virgin at first, was he? What was that name? He gave it a prolonged. What was it?
Secondary
Second, yes,
virgin.
I've stayed for about 9 years. You know,
This
sample
discussion
this,
is truly ongoing on our social media platform.
Yeah.
You can tweet at the Amazons. You can also follow us on Facebook, /forward the Amazons. We are also on, you can visit our website, amazons.ng.com. It's been really interesting having you, Bridget and Angela, come to talk to us about giving us your own perspective. Although it's difficult, but it's achievable. It's difficult, it's achievable. You also have to think about the consequences of the act after the pleasure. It's very, very important. Sure. We'll be back talking some more sex on Amazons tonight on as we discuss whether you should abstain before you're married or stay pure
for that
until
first
you are
night.
married. After the break.
What I would advise our young girls now is that they should try for the sake of God and for their own self-esteem, respect for themselves, to hold themselves. They should not play all this kind thing that will lead them into a bad way. If you respect yourself, you will get respect from your husband and your family, and all the world will recognize you. Because any man you see in this world, even if he is doing all this kind of thing, he wants to get his wife virgin. So you can see it's very good for you to keep yourself. Try as much as you can to see that you have avoid all these things that can cause you something in life for your health and for the God's sake.
Welcome back to the Amazons. We have been touching on a topic that a lot of us parents are, we are not comfortable talking about, but the consequences, when you think about them, you will know that you should have a sex talk with your child, daughter or son at every point because of the consequences of uneducated choices they make when it comes to the matters of sex. We are discussing sex on the Amazons tonight. We have a guest who has written a book about being a virgin until you get married. We'll be talking to Mr. Emeka Anekwe, who is the author and the publisher of Only One Virgin. Mr. Anekwe, please come in.
We need to stand for this guy.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Amazon.
And salute you.
Please have a seat. This is the book by Mr. Anekwe. You are also a reverend, right?
Evangelist. I catechist
Okay.
and evangelist.
Only One Virgin. That title is, why Only One Virgin? I thought there were two people involved in this game.
Yes, why only one virgin is because two people were actually thought to be virgins, and one lived up to the illusion that she was virgin. But I'll just give you the story briefly before I make other points. A chartered accountant was a virgin, a man, and wanted to marry a graduate that must be a virgin. At 40, he wasn't still married. So eventually, they told him there were two possible virgins that graduated from their community, their village. He was working in a bank. He took leave, went to propose to the virgin. Unfortunately, somebody had come to do introduction for the virgin and left a day before their arrival. And she was built to stay for 1 month so that they would learn each other. The man was disappointed. Since he took leave, he decided to take time to pray, look around, and see what will happen. 5 days later, the girl came back. They received her coming back with mixed feelings. You can't stay with a man for 4 days and he wouldn't spoil you. What if she's spoiled? And this man wanted to marry a virgin. So he sent his friends, whom he sent before then, to inquire about these virgins. Incidentally, these two virgins were friends.
Do you know that I'm lost in this story? Because there are so many virgins that we are talking about here, and two men are going to marry this same virgin. One had gone ahead of the other.
Yes.
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 So who got the virgin at last?
Eventually, something happened before that, which is very important. So eventually, the two virgins were friends. Eventually, when the girl came back, the man also that took her to Lagos, where they came to the village. So the boy too, with his friends, went to see the girl. And the girl said, well, we had problem, we cannot continue. Eventually, the girl said, I will not marry the boy again because of one thing.
This virgin that was in the village is
Yes.
now in Lagos.
No,
I know, she had come back. She came back 5 days later.
Testing.
To test.
To test.
They have
test.
gone to test.
They are going
Yes.
to test.
Okay, now you are talking. Now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Test.
So when they now asked her what was the problem, she said the problem was, she was the problem, the husband was the problem too.
Okay.
What is the problem? Before she left for Lagos, they agreed that he wouldn't touch her for the 1 month they were to stay. And the man said, no problem. The first night, the man pretended as a saint. He didn't disturb her. The second night, the man asked to have her. Started for only her. She said, well, you have to go for HIV test, first of all, because the man was a playboy and scared of going for HIV test, just as many of you are scared of going for HIV test.
Which is another topic.
Yes.
But,
So-
but it's a good point, sir.
He delayed going for the test, but eventually went for the test. Surprisingly, however, he was HIV negative.
Okay, is this a true life story or fiction?
It's not a true life story. I
Okay,
talked
so
about
this whole thing is fiction.
Yes.
Fiction.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I thought it was real, and then you just
No,
put it in
no,
fiction.
no. That's
But I
fic-
thought you were a 40-year-old virgin. Oh.
I thought so
No,
too.
it's figment of my own imagination.
Okay.
Okay, let's use this opportunity to ask him this about this imagination. You know, do you think that there can be a possible 40-year-old virgin male?
There are very few.
Do you
There
know
are
of
should
any
be.
person?
Very,
Do you know
very few.
anyone?
Do you?
I don't know any, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And I'm also thinking, because that's your storyline, I found a little flaw there. Let me point it out to you. You know, you said they went to the village. There were two girls in the village that had just graduated. They went to the village, and then she went with this man to Lagos. Now, if I know correctly, a virgin girl that lives in a village would have been probably living in her family house. Now, what would she tell her parents she's going to do in Lagos with a man that she's not yet
I
married
earlier
to?
said the man came and introduced himself to the family.
Okay,
That
yeah,
he
okay.
wanted to marry her.
And then
he
the other said she can go to the village.
He insisted that they should go to Lagos so that they will learn each other over time, over the space of 1 month.
Okay.
So now look at where the bubble will land burst.
Okay.
So remember, one, when they were making the investigation on the two, one wasn't the virgin, but they didn't know who deflowered her.
All right, this book by Mr. Emeka Anakwe, Only One Virgin, is available to buy where?
You can get it at Enugu, Osadebe, number 14 Osadebe Street, number 5 Wolekul,
Here in
Ijesha.
Lagos?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this book is talking about Only One Virgin. Why it is the moral of this book is encouraging the young ones.
Yes.
Yeah, to remain as virgins until they get married, both for men and women. Thank you so much for coming on Amazons, because we truly have to go. The director is saying we have to end this session. But we have to go now. But before we go, Silu, I'd just like you in one word to tell us what you think about this sex before marriage, or during or after.
Sex before marriage can be obtainable.
It's possible.
It's possible. That's what I like to say.
Okay.
It's possible.
Amasan?
I second that motion. And in the event that, because we have flesh, blood, and bones, use a condom, please. But no sex, no sex.
That is the ideal thing, and that is what, that is what is being preached, is the ideal thing. Abstinence, keep yourself until you're married, but when you cannot, when the pressure from your peers, when the pressure from society, when the pressure from all these,
Finances.
gadgets,
Reality
social
TV.
media, reality TV is too much, and you cannot be the odd one out. Just use a condom and please keep one partner. That is in the event that you cannot. But it is advisable that you do stick with one partner and abstain until you are married. Until we see you again next time, have a very good evening. Bye-bye.
I will indulge your crave indulgence to give me just little time to conclude. I'm concluding already.
Okay, conclude.
When I was in SS1, I used my mother's money. And my mother said I was going to get that money.
But we're talking about the virgins today.
No,
I want you to.
No, this one will just give me patience. Just a little time.
Okay.
The interruption will lengthen the whole thing.
They're eager.
This book.
Yes, yes. This time around,
How does that
Relate to
relate
her
to
being
this
a
topic?
virgin.
The topic. Let's
it's
remind-
confession she's making. Are you people just
No, we have to.
No,
we have to-
I've concluded. I've concluded. Just listen. So just listen now, so that you know where I'm going
Now
to.
talk about
consent
virgins.
virginity?
Okay, can we just?
No, you're not talking about the virgin.
No, now you're talking about the money.
I've already concluded. You people are
And the
not listening.
500
Just give
naira.
me.